Rome's legacy spans millennia, but its greatest rulers left marks that still shape us today. In this countdown, we explore 10 leaders whose vision, reforms, and ambition changed the course of history. From the battlefield to the Senate, from marble monuments to legal codes, these emperors forged an empire that echoed across continents and centuries. Number 10. Septimius Severus. Born in Leptis Magna in modern-day Libya, Septimius Severus was a skilled general who took power after the chaos of the Year of the Five Emperors in 193 AD. He crushed rival claimants, including Pescennius Niger and Claudius Albinus, solidifying his rule. Severus expanded the empire in Africa and the East, launching successful campaigns against Parthia and securing Mesopotamia. He restructured the Roman army, raising pay, legalizing soldier marriages, and opening officer roles to provincials. He disbanded the corrupt Praetorian Guard and replaced them with his own loyal legionaries from the Danube frontier. While his reforms strengthened the emperor's power, they also made the army a dominant political force. He died in York, Britain, urging his sons to enrich the soldiers and scorn all others. Number 9. Vespasian. Titus Flavius Vespasianus came from a modest Italian background, unlike his aristocratic predecessors. After Nero's suicide in 68 AD, Rome plunged into civil war. Vespasian emerged victorious in 69 AD, known as the Year of the Four Emperors. He was a no-nonsense military leader with a reputation for discipline and frugality. Vespasian revived Rome's finances, which had been depleted by Nero's extravagance and civil war. He imposed new taxes, including a urine tax on public urinals, a move he defended by saying, "Money doesn't stink." Most famously, he began construction of the Flavian Amphitheater, known today as the Colosseum, on land taken from Nero's Golden House. This symbolized a return of public space to the people. His rule stabilized Rome and established the Flavian dynasty. Number 8. Claudius. Claudius was found hiding behind a curtain after Caligula's assassination and was made emperor by the Praetorian Guard. Despite a limp and speech issues, he proved to be intelligent, curious, and hardworking. He launched the Roman conquest of Britain in 43 AD, establishing long-term control. Claudius expanded the imperial civil service, including freedmen as key administrators. He improved Rome's infrastructure, building aqueducts, canals, and roads. He passed legal reforms that protected slaves from mistreatment and improved women's rights in inheritance. However, Claudius struggled with palace intrigue. His wife Messalina was executed for conspiracy, and his next wife, Agrippina the Younger, likely poisoned him to secure the throne for her son, Nero. Number 7. Hadrian. Hadrian, the cousin and adopted heir of Trajan, ruled from 117 to 138 AD. Unlike his expansionist predecessor, Hadrian consolidated and defended the empire. He ordered the construction of Hadrian's Wall across northern Britain to mark Rome's frontier and keep out northern tribes. He traveled extensively throughout the empire, visiting provinces from Gaul to Judea, personally inspecting cities, and funding local projects. A patron of the arts, Hadrian admired Greek culture and rebuilt many structures in Athens. He codified Roman law, issuing the Perpetual Edict to streamline the legal system. Yet Hadrian could be ruthless, especially during the Bar Kokhba revolt in Judea, which he crushed brutally. He left behind a more stable and culturally integrated empire. Number 6. Diocletian. When Diocletian took power in 284 AD, the empire was in disarray, military coups, inflation, and invasions. He restructured the empire by dividing it into East and West, and sharing rule under the Tetrarchy, 2 senior emperors, Augusti, and 2 junior ones, Caesars. He created smaller administrative units called dioceses and reformed taxation based on census data. To curb inflation, he issued the Edict on Maximum Prices, though it had limited success. Diocletian reinforced imperial authority by adopting elaborate court rituals and wearing jewel-encrusted robes, distancing the emperor from the people. He also launched the empire's most severe persecution of Christians. Despite his harshness, Diocletian's reforms stabilized the empire. In 305 AD, he became the first emperor to retire voluntarily, retreating to his palace in Split, modern-day Croatia, to grow cabbages. Number 5. Constantine the Great. Constantine rose to power after a bloody struggle between rival claimants. Before the Battle of the Milvian Bridge in 312 AD, he reportedly had a vision of a cross with the words, "In this sign, conquer." He won the battle and credited his victory to the Christian God. In 313, he issued the Edict of Milan, legalizing Christianity throughout the empire. He granted land to the church, exempted clergy from taxes, and called the First Council of Nicaea to unify Christian doctrine. In 330 AD, he moved the capital from Rome to Byzantium, renaming it Constantinople. This created a new power center in the East that would last 1,000 years longer than the Western Empire. Constantine's reign marked the end of pagan dominance and the beginning of the Christian Roman Empire. Number 4. Augustus. Born Gaius Octavius, Augustus was the great-nephew and adopted son of Julius Caesar. After defeating Mark Antony and Cleopatra, he became the sole ruler of Rome in 27 BC. He cleverly avoided the title of king, instead calling himself princeps, or first citizen. He centralized power, professionalized the army with long-term enlistments and retirement bonuses, and introduced a standing navy. He launched building projects like the Arapakis and boasted he found Rome a city of brick and left it a city of marble. Augustus reformed the tax system and expanded the imperial courier network for communication. Through careful propaganda, he associated himself with peace, prosperity, and divine favor. He ruled for over 40 years and laid the foundations of the Roman Empire. Number 3. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius ruled from 161 to 180 AD and was known as the Philosopher King. He studied Stoicism and wrote Meditations, a series of personal reflections on duty, fate, and virtue. During his reign, he faced invasions from Germanic tribes and a devastating pandemic, likely smallpox, called the Antonine Plague. He spent much of his rule on military campaigns, leading personally from the front. He also reformed laws, protected orphans and slaves, and maintained the empire's traditions. Despite his wisdom, he appointed his son Commodus as his heir, a choice many view as the beginning of Rome's decline. Still, Marcus is remembered as the last of the 5 good emperors and a model of philosophical leadership. Number 2. Trajan. Trajan ruled from 98 to 117 AD and was the first emperor born outside Italy, in what is now Spain. He expanded the empire to its maximum territorial extent after defeating the Dacians and annexing their gold-rich lands. He also fought campaigns in the east against Parthia, briefly capturing Mesopotamia. Trajan oversaw massive building projects, Trajan's Forum, Trajan's Column, which told the story of the Dacian Wars, markets, roads, and bridges. He instituted the Alimenta program, an early welfare system providing food and support to orphan children. Trajan was hailed by the Senate with the phrase, "May you be luckier than Augustus and better than Trajan." Number 1. Julius Caesar. Gaius Julius Caesar was born in 100 BC and rose from patrician roots to unrivaled power. He won fame as a general in the Gallic Wars, conquering modern-day France and Belgium. He became a master of propaganda through his commentaries, Commentarii de Bello Gallico. In 49 BC, he defied the Senate by crossing the Rubicon River, igniting a civil war. After defeating Pompey, he took control of the Roman Republic and was declared dictator for life. He reformed the calendar into the Julian calendar, reduced debt, and expanded the Senate. But his rapid rise alarmed traditionalists. On March 15, 44 BC, the Ides of March, he was stabbed 23 times by a group of senators led by Brutus and Cassius. His death ended the Republic and set the stage for the empire. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment about what countdown video I should do next.